Hey ladies and gentlemen, Steven here from the YouTube channel Redolessence, and I want to welcome you back. Thank you so much for watching my videos. It really means a lot to me. And in today's episode, we're going to be taking a closer look at a fragrance by the company Swiss Arabian, and this one is called Shaghaf Oud Abyad. So stay tuned. Now, before I begin the video, I do want to give a very special thank you to Swiss Arabian for sponsoring this video. They were actually the ones that sent me this bottle for review, but I'm just letting you guys know in case you think I cannot remain unbiased while filming this video. So this is a company that I originally started experimenting with many years ago. I actually bought one of their fragrances, Den El Oud Mubarak. It is one of the first oud oils that I actually experimented with, and it really piqued my curiosity. As of recently, I actually acquired a lot more of their fragrances, and I had the opportunity of reviewing the original Shaghaf Oud, of which I'm going to leave a link down below. So if you have not seen that video, I would definitely recommend that you go and check it out, especially if you're a fan of some of the more gourmand fragrances. I remember that one having like a vanilla note. It also had a praline note in there. It's a fragrance that I reviewed with my good friend Gary from the channel No Nonsense. Now this one, on the other hand, is, I don't want to call it a flanker because it really isn't a flanker. Obviously it's in the same presentation. So I came to discover after I shot that video that the other version of this is actually inspired by Lancome's Oud Bouquet, and this one is very close to another fragrance that I hold very near and dear to me. I bought it at full retail for $300, and it's one that I absolutely love. So obviously later on in this video I will be telling you what this one is inspired by, or what this one smells like to me. And I also want to clarify that the name Abyad means white in Arabic. Let's go ahead and start things off by taking a closer look at the presentation. So the presentation on this one is really nice. You have this wooden pattern here on the cardboard box. It just has the name of the company and the name of the fragrance in the front, Shaghaf Oud, Swiss Arabian. You have some information at the bottom, but the serial number is printed in black ink on the side. And as far as the bottle is concerned, you have this pattern of X's here. It's actually also continued on the back of the bottle. And the cap does not click into place, but it is a snug fit. You can pick this one up from the cap. Serial number is also printed at the bottom, and the distribution on the atomizer is nice and wide. Let's continue with the smell. So as soon as this fragrance opens up, the first thing that you're going to inevitably notice about it is its smoky richness. It opens up with this very smoky character, and I've actually had a few people try it, my mother being one of them, and she said it reminded her of being in a hookah bar. I don't know when she had the time to go to a hookah bar, but I digress. So it does open up with a very smoky and rich olfactory profile, and I actually quite love it. So right around this time of the year, winter time, I love wearing my darker, richer, smokier, woodsier, more resinous scents. The ones that have more of like a dark and compelling personality about them, and this definitely fits the bill quite well. So this one opens up with that smoky nuance. There is incense in here. There's not only frankincense, but there's also myrrh in here, or Opoponax I should say, which is a sweet myrrh. Smells quite different from the more bitter varieties of myrrh. And there's also an aromatic presence in here that's contributing to that smoky richness that you get up top. And it does contain oregano oil. Now as soon as I say incense, smoke, and oregano, I think there's one fragrance that comes to mind for a lot of people, especially those of you who have been following my channel. You know that this is a fragrance that I've been wearing for many years now, and it's from the House of Amouage, and it's called Interlude Man. I actually proudly display it behind me. I love the House of Amouage. This one smells so darn similar to Interlude Man by Amouage. As a matter of fact, when I got this recent package and I opened it up and I was smelling through a lot of them, I said to myself, okay, what does this remind me of? What does that remind me of? And of course, a lot of them totally stumped me. But this one, as soon as I smelled it, I was like, oh, I know what this is. And so I wrote back to the company and I said, listen, I would love to review this one on my channel. And here we are. So this one, it opens up with that smoky richness up on top. As you let it settle, you do get a little bit of the warmth in the base, the sandalwood, the patchouli, and some of those sweet resins start to come through. And that's the thing with a lot of smoky fragrances that open up with that bright, harsh, smoky persona. You have fragrances like Patchouli 24 by Le Labo, Interlude Man by Amouage, and now this one in the opening, it's very challenging, and it's very challenging to the degree that this is not the kind of fragrance that you would wear in a close encounter environment. This is also not the type of fragrance that you would over apply with, and so you want to be careful when you're wearing this one to apply a bit more conservatively, be light on the trigger. You want to do maybe like 2 or 3 sprays. Even going beyond that 3 spray mark might be a little bit too much, because this is one that will certainly get you noticed. And from when I've worn this one in my testing, just to kind of see what the similarities were, this one lasted a very long time. So I got like 8+ hours with this one. So the longevity on it is quite scary. This is enough to scare people away, but this is the kind of fragrance that you want to apply very conservatively. It almost creates like this intriguing character where if people smell it on you, they'll be curious to know, wait, is that your cologne that I'm smelling? And I've actually gotten that reaction with Interlude Man by Amouage as well. And so this is one, again, you need to spray lightly, but it's such a beautiful smell. It's such a compelling smell. It's definitely one for the aficionado and the connoisseur, and for the person that's tired of their generic aquatic freshies and you want to delve into something a little bit more mysterious. Definitely the best adjective that I would use to describe this one is mysterious, 100%. Let's go ahead and finish off the video with my overall assessment. So first up, in terms of the uniqueness and the overall smell, this one is inevitably inspired by Interlude Man by Amouage. Interlude Man by Amouage is one of my favorite fragrances. I remember right when it came out, I ran to a boutique in Soho and I purchased the 100 milliliter bottle. I do have the old formulation behind me. This one is definitely something I'm going to be wearing to preserve what I have behind me. I really love this one. I think they knocked it out of the park, but as a consumer, if you're looking to purchase this one and thinking that it's a flanker of the previous installment, they smell completely different. And so make sure to try this one before you blind buy. But if you are a fan of the fragrance that I just mentioned previously, you're inevitably going to like this one as well. It's so close to it. It's so similar. Longevity, out of the park. I got 8+ hours. Projection is also going to be quite loud, which is why I said you probably shouldn't wear this one in a close encounter environment. You should wear this one, especially in the cold weather, if you know you're not going to be in close proximity to somebody else. And again, be light on the trigger. Versatility for this one probably might be compromised just because of the daring aroma that this one brings forth. And so this is one that you want to wear, I guess, more formally, suit and tie, when you really want to look your best and smell your best and give a really good impression to those around you. This one is a fragrance that people would not typically expect to smell on somebody, but it's such a heavenly aroma, especially like 2 hours after the dry down. That's really important to mention, because in the opening, it does come across quite chaotic and cacophonous. But if you let it settle down for like an hour and a half to 2 hours, you have the richness of the resins, you have the sandalwood, you have the warmth, grounding aroma coming from the patchouli. It's a really, really nice dry down. And again, like I mentioned earlier in the video, that's kind of the vibe that I get from other smoky fragrances as well, like Patchouli 24 by Le Labo. So versatility, cold weather, formal occasions, but because this one is so affordable, links down below. Because this one is so affordable, I would actually recommend wearing this one casually if you like the smell, but again, be light on the trigger. This is also the kind of fragrance that I would imagine somebody who's a little bit older, a little bit more mature, more sophisticated wearing. And although the original is marketed for men, I really don't think that fragrances have a sex associated to them. If you like it, if you feel good wearing it, then by all means, please wear it. And then last up, in terms of the presentation, I actually do quite like the bottle. My final verdict on this one is I love this one. I really do. Interlude Man by Amouage for many, 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 many years has been one of my favorite fragrances. And here, because you have a 90 to 95% similarity, by default, I'm also going to love this one. And this could end up being one of my favorite fragrances as well. The only conflict, I think, is the name white, right? Abyad in Arabic means white. I don't think anything about this kind of conveys white, right? It's a very dark fragrance by nature. So in any case, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. That was my review of Swiss Arabian Shaghaf Oud Abyad. If you own or have tried this fragrance or the other one that I kept referencing, please let me know what you think. Leave a comment down below. I always love replying to your comments, and I love starting a healthy discussion down below. Also, if you are new to this channel and you took something of value from this video, I would really appreciate your subscription. Just click the red subscribe button in the corner, and this way, whenever I do upload new fragrance-related content, and that includes fragrance reviews, top 10s, giveaways, unboxings, interviews, special guests, and a lot more. It will get delivered straight to your feed, so you never need to worry about having to type in my channel name or, I guess, stumbling across one of my videos by luck. It will just be delivered straight to you. Thanks again for watching. I love you guys. We'll see you soon. Bye.